everyone, hope you're all doing well. I'm reviewing today the Dell 2-in-1 5300 Latitude. This is a laptop and tablet all in one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. This laptop, there's definitely some pros and cons to it, and I have been utilizing here now the laptop for several months. So I'm going to show you guys the pros and cons of this laptop, what my thoughts are of that, review it, and kind of do a whole demonstration of the laptop itself. So if you haven't already, press the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help out the channel. And subscribe down below so you're notified of new videos that I do post. Now, this is not the only laptop I've posted about. I've posted about the Windows Surface Book, MacBook Pro M1, MacBook Air M1, HP, Lenovo. I've reviewed a lot of laptops so far, so check out those videos if you like on my channel. And I'm going to compare this one to some of those laptops because of the price point. This laptop is not cheap. It comes out around $1,200–$1,300 depending on how you spec it out. This is 16 gigs of memory, 256 SSD hard drive, and it has an i7 processor. That's right, is a 8665U i7 processor. So the speed of that is about 1.6 gigahertz, but it can be turbo boosted as well. Let me go into some of the details here for the laptop. First off, this laptop is not really heavy, but it's not light either for a 14-inch laptop. It actually has some heft to it. The weight of this is actually, I want to say, the same as my MacBook Pro 13-inch. And my MacBook Pro 13-inch that I have right here has a plastic casing, and the build quality is it has a lot more metal and heavy material substance. So it kind of came to me as a shock as this one, but it is 14 inches, I guess. You have an inch more of screen space. The webcam is a 720p. It's not a 1080p. A lot of the Dell laptops, unfortunately, don't have 1080p. Even the XPS laptops don't have 1080p webcams. And nowadays, when everybody's doing Zoom and web, everything's working from home because of COVID, that's a challenge. So I think that hopefully Dell does upgrade a lot of their models to that. The keyboard is actually pretty good in terms of typing on it. Is really nice. The mouse pad and these keys right here, this feels really cheap. And I'm going to post down a link down below for Amazon. I found this out on Amazon much cheaper now. So I'm going to post the link down below so you guys can check it out if you'd like to purchase it. But let's continue forward on the laptop. You do have backlit keys, pretty intuitive keyboard. Nice touch when you're typing. You have the power button right here on the top right hand corner. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go around. The screen itself is a touch screen, so like I had said before, you're able to kind of touch it and move it. It's pretty responsive. It's not bad at all. Let me go around on the sides here. You have a SD card slot right here, a USB 3.1 port right here. You have a lock area right there, a headphone jack, which is nice to see in any laptop nowadays, because some of them are getting taken away or whatnot, some laptops. But you got another another port right here, USB 3.1, HDMI port right here, USB-C for charging, and also for connecting to, let's say, an external monitor, which I do have right now, and a power charger slot. By the way, you can charge this laptop using the USB Type-C. So if you like to do that, you're more than welcome. Let's go ahead and flip it here to the bottom side. On the bottom side, you have some air vents right down over here on the side. It does get hot. If you're doing browsing or regular internet, the processor and the fan just heats up. So it is an i7 processor, but I was real surprised about that. And especially coming from a MacBook Pro M1 chip, is this so much quieter and cooler, the laptop, in comparison to the Intel chip. So I think Intel really needs to step up the game in terms of their processor. So they do have these rubberized grips right here on the bottom and top. You can see right here the rubberized area is kind of scratched off. So the plastic, though, is this is a well-known type of plastic outer casing, so it can withstand scratches and dents pretty well, especially drops. They have speakers right here on both sides, which I'll play some music later on. Let's go ahead and close the laptop so you can see the thickness of it. This is not a thin laptop per se, but it's not thick either. There are definitely some thinner laptops out there that you can be able to compare to. The hinges I like a lot because the hinges are a kind of aluminum metal that, in my opinion, will last a much longer time when utilizing it, closing and whatnot, opening over time. Let's go ahead and flip this over again so you guys can be able to see it. Again, this is a nice vivid screen. It's pretty good, to be honest with you. And of course it's touchscreen. But this is the thing I like about this laptop is you can actually flip it and you can make it like a tablet. So you can actually use this as a tablet. The downside of this is the weight of the laptop. This is not a lightweight laptop. We're looking at about above 3.5 pounds. So I did have a Windows Surface Book. If you guys want to check out the video for that, and I did review that, the Surface Book does detach from the laptop, so you can be able to carry it and use it as a tablet. This one does not. But I like the design. I like the way it's kind of formulated. It's nice, and the screen is nice too. So really enjoy that. Let's go ahead and pop it up here. And so I just went ahead and popped it up there. You got to have two hands in doing that. Let's go over battery life. The battery life I'm getting on this, it's, in terms of comparison to, again, the MacBook Pro, and I say the MacBook Pro, even the MacBook Air, because when you're going to the MacBook Air prices, it's comparing the same to same, even though the OS is different. The MacBooks M1 chips, even the M1 Pro, M1 Max, the new ones came out, the battery life is absolutely phenomenal. It blows the battery life of Dell and a lot of these other laptops out of the water. But, the Dell laptop, specifically this one, the battery life isn't the best. I see without it being plugged in and just doing web browsing and PowerPoint, I am seeing roughly around 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 pushing it. Unplugged on, not high performance, basically to the middle low range performance in terms of the usage for the processor. So, it's down there. It's not that high, but it's not that low either. If you have it to a higher performance or normal performance for this laptop, you're going to see basically 2.5, 3 hours maximum. And this is a newer laptop, by the way. So newer specs, newer processor. So that's the battery life for it. The speakers aren't the best. They're not the clearest. They don't have much bass or treble. I think that the bass and treble have to be improved for these speakers. I don't think they're the best. And I'm comparing this to the Windows Surface Book. I'm comparing this to the MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. I feel like those have this a lot more substance in the sound. So I think the components that Dell is using in this laptop aren't to the highest spec like the XPS, of course, but different price point, different type of standards. Overall, I think it's a great starter laptop. I'm going to post down a link below if you guys are interested to purchase this laptop. In my opinion, I think it's great if you can be able to get it under $800. And again, this is the i7, 16 gigs of memory, 256 SSD. You know, I think that 800 or 850 or lower, I think that the price point is pretty good because you are getting a touchscreen and other type of stuff with it. You're also able, with this laptop, upgrade the memory to 32 gigs if you like to. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and pretty intuitive. It is not too much of a challenge at all doing that. And you're also able to upgrade the hard drive. So you have that benefit as opposed to the Windows Surface Book, as opposed to the MacBooks where everything is soldered in. It's a challenge opening up the chassis to change anything. This is extremely easy. You just take a couple screws off the back, and boom, you're off to the races. So big points for that. Comparison to the Lenovo, I like this a lot more. The screen is a lot more vivid, is a lot more brighter, and I'm comparing it to the T420, T430. Check out my channel in terms of that that video. It's a pretty good laptop, I think, for the price point, but there are definitely some improvements that need to be made. Definitely for the battery life, definitely for power consumption, heating. I think there's a lot of heating in the laptop. The fan is always, now it turned off, but in the beginning it was always on, and is usually on throughout the day for just web browsing. So with that said, guys, that's a full review of the laptop. If this was helpful, press the like button, subscribe for more videos, and comment down below if you have used this laptop or if you used another type of laptop that you recommend. Love to hear your thoughts on it, and check you guys out in the next video. Thanks.